Hi kids, just wanted to show you how to read a fingering chart like the one that I'm going to give you in class that looks like this. I'm going to show each instrument in this video, okay? But what's important for all instruments is these circles show you where you put your fingers on the instrument, and the dark circles are buttons you push down, and the white circles are buttons that you don't push down. Okay, so you push down the black circles. We'll show you what we mean in just a second. So I'm going to show each instrument, so just fast forward till you see your instrument, okay? So here's flute. With the flute, let me zoom in again. You got to know where to put your fingers on the instrument. So you've got two keys here, and then you've got this row of circles, right? Plus this weird little key here at the end. Okay, so what are these things? Well, these are, the two on the bottom are the two keys on the back. So here's the back of the flute where you put your thumb, okay? Let me zoom in as close as I can here. Right here on the back, there's these two keys. Your thumb is going to go on the long one, not this one, goes here, okay? Not here, goes here. That's where your thumb, that's where your left thumb goes, okay? Now the first note that you're going to learn is B flat. And there's actually, the reason this looks like this is because there's two ways that you can finger B flat on the flute. They both work, and you can try either one and see which one feels the best to you. It doesn't matter. I'm going to show you how to do the top one. So you see, you put your thumb on the long thumb key right here on the back. Now, which button is this first one that we push down here? Okay. On the top row, you never put your finger here, okay? Because this one, you see, if you push this down, it moves, right? So you don't need to put your finger here. These two are connected. You put your finger here. So try that right now. So skip it, finger, okay? Right there. Now you see I've got a little sticker on my flute, and I'm going to do this to your flute in class too. You do not put your finger on this key. You skip that one. And then with your middle finger and your third finger, they go there. Okay? So that's where you put your fingers. Now for B flat, you notice I don't push down those second and third buttons. I only push down the thumb, not this thumb, this thumb. No, no, yes. Okay? Here and here. Okay? Not here, not here, here. Make sure that you're doing that right. And then, so that's these two. Now this over here is your right hand. We're going to start with the pinky button, which is right here, this little funny shaped one. And that is all the way down here. We got two keys. You're not going to put your fingers here. This thing here with a whole bunch of buttons. The good news is this year you're only going to use the last one here. Okay? That's where your pinky goes. So put your pinky there. Okay? Now your other three fingers go 3, 2, 1 on these keys. On the circles. Not on the little keys in between the circles. On the circles. 3, 2, 1. Okay? And the pinky key. Your thumb goes under here, and that's one of the things that holds up the flute. Okay? So pinky, 3, 2, 1. Now, for B flat, let's see which one of these fingers we push down. Looks like we push down the pinky and the first finger. So I got to lift up my middle two fingers, right? Pinky and the first finger are what I push down. These two. Okay? So push down your pinky and the first finger. And my thumb goes underneath to hold the flute. Okay? Remember, my thumb and first finger are on my right hand. So I've got thumb on that thumb key. 1, not here. I skipped this, okay? Here, thumb and 1 pinky. It's really important, by the way, when you put your flute together, you see how I've got my pinky like that, okay? You don't put your flute together with these with these little bars lined up like this. You have to turn it. Let me see if I can show you. Like that, okay? So your pinky can kind of line up wherever it feels right for you. Generally, this bar right here on your foot joint lines up with the middle of this button. Okay, see how that's lined up? That's how you put the flute together. Anyway, and make sure that the hole in your head joint is lined up with your keys here. So you can kind of look down. Mine's a little bit off. You can turn it. Okay? That's about right. Okay? So anyway, fingering chart. Thumb, 1, pinky. Now I'm going to hold the flute. The flute is going to kind of rest on my finger, kind of on that knuckle right there. And then I can do my thumb and my first finger. And then pinky 1. And that is your B flat. Okay? Remember, bring the flute to you. You don't turn your head. Okay? You sit up straight. Your head doesn't move. Don't move. Only move your arms. Okay? Only move your arms. Don't get in the habit of turning your head, because that's a bad habit, and we don't want to do that. So now you know where to put your fingers for B flat right there. Thumb, 1, pinky. If you want to try the other fingering, you can. Just notice that the thumb is the other thumb key. Okay? And it's the only note that uses that particular thumb key. You can do either one, whatever. And then, now that you know that, you can learn your other notes. So for example, A, your fingers don't move around. It's just which buttons do I push down. Thumb, 1 and 2 on this hand, on my left hand. Thumb, 1 and 2. Remember, I skipped the key with the sticker on it, right? Thumb, 1, 2. Thumb, 1, 2. And then pinky. Not anything else on this hand, only the pinky. So there's my A. Thumb, 1, 2, pinky. Okay? So now you can figure out how to play all these notes if you want to. All right, so that's the flute. The good news is, I know it seems kind of complicated right now, flutes, but your fingers aren't going to move around, okay? Your fingers always stay on these keys. You're always doing this. You don't slide up and down and push different buttons or whatever. So that's the good news. Once you figure out where to put your fingers, they stay there, okay? So, okay, that's flute. Let's go clarinet time. Back out a little bit here. Okay. Clarinets. Okay. So your first note that you're going to learn is the C. This is the first note in the book that we learn. So you've got a row of circles, right? A vertical row of circles. So that's going to be these circles, right? And you're looking for the holes. You've got 3 holes in the top. I know you've got all these other keys. Don't worry about the silver part. Don't look at the silver part. You've got holes. 1, 2, 3 holes. This is not where you put your finger. Okay, clarinets, you see how that moves on its own when I push down this hole? You don't put your finger here. You put your fingers on the holes. So with my left hand, I put my fingers on 1, 2, 3 holes. Okay? See that? 1, 2, 3 on the holes. Look for the holes in the black part of your clarinet. Now there's 3 holes in the bottom. 1, 2, 3. That's where I put these 3 fingers. Okay? On the holes. Again, not here. That's not where you put your finger. You put your finger on the holes. Okay. And then that is these vertical lines. This weird looking funny key up here, you're not going to use that key for a while, but that's the one that's above this finger. And you're going to kind of roll your finger up and hit it like that, but we're not going to learn that note yet. I'm just telling you what it is so you understand. Now this finger that's off to the side here, this circle, that's your thumb hole on the back. Not this key. You put your fingers on the holes. Not here. Here. Okay? So for C, which fingers do I put down? The black circles I push down, the white circles I don't. So I put down my thumb. Remember, the thumb is the one that's off to the side here. Thumb. And then 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Holes. With my left hand. My left hand is on top. Okay? And with my right hand, I don't have to do anything. It's all white circles. So all I do is put my thumb under here, like always, right? Let me see if I can get this. There we go. Thumb goes under here, and that holds up the clarinet. Now I'm going to keep my fingers near the holes, because I might need to push those buttons later, but I don't need to push any buttons down, because, see, white circles. So C is thumb, hole, right? Not here. Thumb, 1, 2, 3 on the holes. All right? The next note that you learn in the book is the B. Now, it's the same as C on top with my left hand, right? Thumb, 1, 2, 3. But down here, now I've got to add my middle finger. So there's B. Right? So thumb, 1, 2, 3, and then the middle hole. There's your B. Okay? So, there you have it. That's how to do clarinet. Now you can learn all the rest of the notes that are on that page. I'm going to skip past the saxophone part because we don't start on saxophone. I'm going to go to trumpet. Okay, so trumpets. Trumpet time. Okay, real easy. We've got white circles and we've got dark circles. If it's white, I do not push the button down. If it's dark, I push the button down. Okay? 1, 2, 3. It's real easy. The one closest to your face is 1. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So For my first note in the book is C. The first note that we learn is C. I don't push anything down. They're all white circles. Well, that's easy. So it's just like this. Your thumb, by the way, your right thumb should go right there so that your hand is shaped like this. Okay, can you see that? There we go. Okay? That's where your hand is going to be most natural, making a C shape like that. Okay? The next note we learn is B. Which button is pushed down for B? The middle button, right? 2. So you got to push it all the way down. It's either all the way down or all the way up. Okay? So there's B. What about, let's do F. How do we do F? Which finger is this one? Just the first finger. The one closest to my mouth, right? The one closest to my face. That's 1. So 1, 2, 3. Easy. That's it. And it's the same thing with baritone. Skip to baritone here. Baritone and tuba. Okay? For baritone and tuba, it's the same thing as trumpet, okay? The white circles, I don't push down. The black circles, I do push down, okay? So you've got 3 buttons, 1, 2, 3 on tuba, 1, 2, 3. The button closest to your face is 1. Okay, with your first finger, that's 1. Your middle finger's 2. And your third finger's 3. So the first note that we learn is your B flat. All white circles, no fingers down. Well, that's easy, just don't push anything, okay? Don't push anything. What about for your A, the second note we learned? I push down which button? Number 2. So I push down all the way. Got to push it down all the way. The middle button. Okay. Well, let's do E flat. How do we do E flat? Which button is number 1? Number 1, right? Just like when you do this. Number 1. The button closest to your mouth is number 1. And your fingers stay on these keys. You don't move them around. You're always using 1, 2, 3 fingers. Okay? So this is 1, 2, 3. Easy. Last but not least, trombone. Okay. You've got numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, here's what that means. 1 is first position. It's all the way in. The slide is all the way in. This is upside down. The slide is all the way in for first position. Okay? That's 1. So the first note you learn in the book is B flat. That's first position. Let me zoom in here. Come on. There we go. So the first note we learn is first position. There it is. Okay. Now the second note we learn is second position. 2. Okay. That's your A. Second position, you put the handle kind of halfway between first position and the bell. So there's the bell, there's first, about halfway between. Okay? Most people go out too far. Don't go out very far for second position. Okay? So 1, 2. third position, which you need for E flat. So here's third position. The handle is kind of about at the bell, maybe just a little bit behind. You can kind of stick your finger out like this till you get used to it. And that way you can see that's third position. Okay. Fourth position, fourth, is about where the top of the slide right here is about even with the bell. Okay, so I'm gonna, let's see, where can I see it best? There we go. And about there, okay? So there. Okay, there's fourth position. And we're not gonna use fifth yet. The other one, we're gonna jump right to sixth position. Sixth position is almost all the way out. It's out right here. Now, it's kind of hard to tell if you're in sixth position, right? It's hard to tell if you're playing the right notes. That's why you want to use bandmate, okay? You really want to use bandmate tuner, bandmatetuner.com, right? Use the tuner, and that will show you, and this is for all instruments, I should have said this earlier, this will show you what note you're playing. And you can see if, like, am I in sixth position? I should be playing a C. Am I playing a C? I don't know. Let's check. Okay? So always, always, always practice with this thing going on your Chromebook, or if you have an iPad or something, you can download the app on an Apple device. So again, trombones. Let me actually, let's see. Let's go back here. So first is all the way in. Second, kind of halfway to the bell. Third, you can stick your finger out. And you pinch, by the way, don't fist the slide here like this. Pinch with your fingertips, right? Third, fourth, the top of the slide is about at the bell, maybe a little bit in front. Fourth, fifth is somewhere about right here. Sixth is out here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do you know if you're right? Use the tuner. Okay, that's the best way. Now you know how to read a fingering chart. Now you can learn any note you want. Have fun.